I'm Janelle Nanos, business reporter with the Boston Globe, and this is Bold Types, conversations with Boston's business leaders. Today, I'm speaking with Will Ahmed, the founder and CEO of Whoop. Well, thank you so much for having us here in your new offices in Kenmore Square. I'm sure anybody who's been to a Red Sox game recently has seen the big Whoop logo over your building under the Sicko sign. Can you tell me what Whoop is and what it isn't? Because I know for one thing, it's not a smartwatch.
Well, our mission at Whoop is really to unlock human performance. We build wearable technology, including hardware and software and analytics. We measure a lot of things about your body, physiological metrics, strain, recovery, sleep, performance. There's a health monitor feature that tells you if something's up in your body. And really, it's a very sophisticated tool to help consumers better understand their bodies.
Well, tell me a little bit more about how your device is different from other devices on the market. Because I know for a really long time, the metric that everyone was using was steps, but you don't measure steps, and you're a different company in a lot of ways. Tell me a little bit about that sort of strain, recovery, sleep, those metrics, and how they sort of distinguish what you're up to here.
When we first started the company, we set out to replace a lot of medical technology, not become a pedometer. And so when you're getting insights from Whoop, they're very accurate, they're very precise, and as a consequence, they're more insightful. So as an example, every morning you wake up on Whoop with a recovery score from 0 to 100%, red,
Okay.
yellow, green.
Yeah.
And that's telling you really how prepared your body is for the day.
So what did you get this morning?
I had an 84%.
Oh,
so
okay, that's good.
That was a green recovery. I got
Nice.
after it. I worked out with my trainer, hit the steam room, did a cold plunge. Even if you've been on Whoop for a long time, you can't always guess what your score is. And it's because it's measuring things inside your body that you can't feel. And high-powered execs, for example, or people who are go, one thing that you're doing in the back of your mind is you're saying, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. But there are actually physiological metrics inside your body that you can measure to really know what the status of your body is. And that's what Whoop is constantly surfacing. What's amazing about it? Wow, look at that. These are different band collection. So this is a history of Whoop, all of our past prototypes, some of our early product developments, a few of the stories along the way. Here you can see back in 2012, the prototype that we developed actually in the Harvard Innovation Lab. And some of these are pretty ridiculous looking, like big boxes. They had to be plugged into the wall or a computer, and then you got another cord that's attaching to your arm. But these were some of the early, developments. And I think it shows that research and innovation takes a long time.
I love it. You've got the wearables there, the integrated into the actual clothing at that point. That's really neat. Well, let's talk about how you got started with Whoop, because you were the squash captain at Harvard. It was 2012. You were at the Harvard Innovation Lab, where I think the company started, and you were reading medical journals in your spare time. How did you conceive of the concept, build the team, and know at that point in time that you were going to build a product that was going to be distinct in the marketplace?
The problem was you don't actually know what's happening inside your body. My experience of that was being a college athlete, training 3 or 4 hours a day at Harvard, and having no idea what that meant. The solution to that became a very long process of research and investigation. And fortunately, by the time I graduated, I discovered the Harvard Innovation Lab, this new incubator for businesses essentially out of Harvard, was starting up. And so that became the launch point for me to staying in Boston. All right, so this is the Whoop balcony, rooftop.
This is a pretty remarkable view. This is incredible.
It's an amazing view. Obviously, we got the Sicko sign right here. And, you can see MIT and Harvard, really like a 360 of Boston. Fenway Park's right here.
Well, and it's putting your mark on a city too. I mean, you've got the big Whoop logo right out front of us here. I mean, what do you want this company to mean to Boston?
Well, we like the idea of Whoop being a landmark in the skyline, so to speak. And at the end of the day, I think it creates an environment where people really want to come to work.
What about being in Boston makes this company make sense?
We're at the intersection of an amazing hospital system, an unbelievable sports ecosystem, some of the best schools in the world, and then an awesome tech market. So the location of this office physically, and also the community of Boston, I think makes it a really successful place for Whoop to call home.
There's been such a focus on performance, and I love one of the key themes about Whoop is that it's people who are obsessed about their performance. But I also think that there's really interesting data that you're tracking about health. I'm curious how you sort of split the difference there in terms of really going deep on people who might not be the healthiest people, but want to measure things in order to improve their overall health versus the sort of elite athlete who's looking at information to sort of get their peak performance.
The Whoop vantage point is performance is health. Health is performance, right? And there's such a problem, I think, in society today to just focus on like sick care, right? Versus really understanding the body and putting humans in a position to be able to prevent something from going wrong. And so as we look at all these different use cases, we've created features that are very fitness oriented. We've created features that are designed to help you understand if something's wrong with your body. Maybe you're getting sick, so that's the health monitor feature. We've introduced functionality around stress so people can understand how all these different things in their life are affecting their stress levels. And in the future, we're going to be coming out with more and more products that are more medical focused. And so if you look at that overall spectrum, it's a huge range of use cases. But at the end of the day, any individual's health and fitness journey has ebbs and flows. And so there's all these different chapters in your life, and at the end of the day, Whoop wants to be there for you in each chapter.